Hi there, this is Elizabeth from allthingspaper.com. This is my first YouTube video film, so I'm a little intimidated by all this, but I go online all the time and I look at these gorgeous things that people make and then they take the time to share on YouTube, and I thought I would do the same. So bear with me if it's kind of like, you know, amateur. This is a book that I made, a mini, using the Graphic 45 papers, and I just love it and how it turned out, and so I thought I would use this as my first thing to share with you. The size of the book is 5 by 4, and it's an interesting, what I did is I went to Michael's, and in the dollar bin they had these packages, 6-packs of greeting cards for $1, and that's what I used to put this together. Each page is a greeting card that I cut up and glued together, and then I mounted with the papers, and each pocket is an envelope, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute when I get to that. On the cover I used the familiar Graphic 45 Curiosity Shop girl with the key. I love her. I thought she was just really cool. I mean, I love the whole Graphic 45 papers. They're gorgeous. I put a little glossy accents on her key to kind of make it shine a little. And the flowers, these two are homemade that I made, and this is a store-bought one, and this one is store-bought. And this one I put together with different petals, and then I sprayed them all with a homemade glitz mist or whatever you want, glitter mist that I made myself. This is a charm that I made. Colleen Athens from A Doll Maker's Journey.com showed me how to make these beautiful little charms using a Memory Maker's stamp. I punched them out two-sided, and then in between the two sides, before I glued them together, I stuffed it a little bit. This is Colleen's method, and it gives it a little dimension. And then glossy accent it like crazy, even triple thick, and I added some glitter, and it just gives it a real shine, and they're hard, and they're not like paper anymore. They actually feel different than paper. And a key, and then this is just a beautiful vintage findings. I don't even know where I got it, but I just thought it was cool. So it says, Old Curiosity Shop of Bizarre Wonders, Unusual Devices, Curious Antiques, Vintage Discoveries and Finds Cabinet. And I just think it's gorgeous. I love this teal blue color. So on the first page here, this is a little envelope that I made. Someone gave me one of these envelopes and I loved it. So what I did is I took it apart and I use it as a template. And now I make them all the time. And the closure part is just eyelets with cardstock punched out, very easy, and then string. And what I thought I would do is put little tickets and things in here. So I used, this is a piece of vintage, well, not vintage, it's Seven Gypsies vintage style paper. And that goes in there as a little idea. And then I close it up. Now over here, this is one of the cute little envelope pockets that I made. And the reason I chose this whole kit, the greeting cards, is the envelopes were this beautiful teal color, and the cards themselves had a teal color in them, and that worked perfectly with the color that I chose to use as a background color. So it was just great. I didn't have to color these at all, just distress the edges a little bit. All I did is I folded it in half, glued it here, put paper on it, and there you have a little simple little pocket. On the inside of the pocket, this is a ATC, or an artist trading card that I made, and I just love this stamp. This is a stamp I've had for years, and I also stamped odd on it. I figured it just went really well with the whole theme of this mini. And the back is a pretty Mariposa piece of paper that I love. Love all the Mariposa. And this is just a little polymer clay flower that I made. And this is a mold. A friend of mine, Susan Milo, she makes these wonderful molds. And this is, I think she made me this mold. And what I do, after you press the polymer clay, you bake it. And once it pops out and it's all baked, I paint it. First with burnt umber paint, and then over that is an antique gold. So it gives it that old rusty look, and it just adds a nice dimension. And it's paper clay. Who knew? This page, this is a tag that just has a simple, there's nothing really on it. It's just a, on the back here I put a little journal prompt, and I didn't do a thing to it. I just love the picture. I just distressed the edges a little. This is a pocket that I made using an old stamp. I don't know who she's from. And she's on cardstock over a piece of a page of a book. I tear the book page out, glue it down to the cardstock, and then stamp it and cut it. And then I just added a little glitter. This is Tim Holtz with an emblem, I guess, or a little thing I made using a disc, filled it with a picture and glossy accents and glitter, and let it dry. I made a bunch of these, and I use them here and there. Okay, this is a tag, simple, and this is not the Graphic 45's paper. This is just another paper that matched well. But isn't this cool? This is the little pocket, and I cut out the roller skate from the paper collection, which I just thought was so cool, and I added a little glitter, and then when I glued it down, I didn't glue it all the way so that it becomes a pocket. I just love that. This side, this is just one of those purchased frames that came in a packet. I think it's by Memory Makers or something. I don't know. Got it at Michael's. And it was too thin to leave it open to slide. I thought it would tear. So I thought what I'll do is just cut the photo to size. And that's a pretty little purchased flower. This is cool. This is a tag from the same old, I don't know who paper. And what I did here is I cut out the cabinet from the Graphic 45 Curiosity Shop paper, and then this is cool, I took glossy accents and made all the glass shiny, and in the face, the clocks of the face is all glass. I don't know if you can see this or not, but they're all glittery. They look like, hopefully they look like glass, and I don't know if you can see that on here. I'm hoping that you'll catch that shine here a little bit. This is another tag with a flower that I made, and I didn't buy this glitter mist. What I did is I made it. I just put together mica and a little glue and water and inks and made this pretty little teal color, and I really think it turned out well. On the back of this is an old paper collection that I had from Lynn Perella. I think she's at lynnperella.com, and she makes these gorgeous papers. And I bought this years ago from Stampington, you know, the guys that make the Somerset Studio magazine, and I've had it for years, and I just thought it kind of matched the whole odd thing. And I put Riddle up here in the Tim Holtz die cut there. So I like that. And this page is the wonderful When Pigs Fly page. I think this is just the coolest thing. And what I did is here is I just cut out a piece from the paper, and I doubled it up with cardstock, so it's pretty thick. It's hard. And then I glossy accented it and threw on some glitter, and that becomes another pocket. And this tag, you could either put a little photo here or journal, or cover this up with a photo, whatever you want. And you could cover this with a photo, but I can't bear the thought of covering that up. This is a simple frame I cut myself. Figured same thing, it's too fragile, so I'll just cut down the photo. This is a Martha Stewart bird. This is another little envelope pocket that I made, and this is another artist trading card that's included in this. And this is an old, I don't know, it's a pad of paper I've had around for a long time. This is cool. Invoke Arts is a nice rubber stamp company out of California, and I have a lot of their stamps. They're unusual. And like here it says Unusual Oddities, and this is one of their long unmounted rubber stamps. I don't know the name of it, and it's cool. It has like a funky monkey and a rabbit and just kind of neat things. I think it's almost like a nursery, but kind of a weird little nursery. Love it. And what I did on this is I used black cardstock, and then I embossed everything with copper, and then when it was all dried out, I painted it with a glossy accents to give it that shiny look, and I really like that. I think it turned out really nice. And this is from the Graphic 45 collection, and I just added a little glitter, I don't know, some old paper, and I stamped it. And that's a Martha Stewart punch that I embossed gold on it to make it a little dimensional. This is a tag with a stamp, and I just added a little journal prompt. And this is from some other paper. And this is the Mariposa paper. This is from Catherine Constructions. Catherine Moore, she does those fabulous paper dolls. I have a lot of her paper dolls. And this is just one of her heads, and I made it into a pocket holder by not gluing it down all the way. So I thought that was kind of fun. And this is a simple page with just a pocket from the paper. And this is a beautiful piece that I got from an old pad. It's like a little 4x6 pad I bought years ago. Beautiful. I wish I'd bought more. Who knew? This is from the Graphic 45. I bought the whole sticker sheet, and that's one of the stickers. And so is this. That's one of the stickers. And this is another artist trading card, which I think is so cool. This is kind of the companion to the other one where it's a side view. This is the full front view. And I put on here, Curious. And on the back I did the same technique as the other one, only I used the Tim Holtz stamps, and I used gold embossing powder. But then I did do the glossy accents, and I did lots of stickles, glitter, just to make it real pretty. Love that. And this goes back in here. And on the side is just some pretty Martha Stewart punches with some pretty flowers. Mariposa. This is another Mariposa tag, simple. Just enough here. You can either put your photo here or here. You can journal. And then this is a beautiful, I love this paper. This is from the Graphic 45, and I just made this simple little pocket to keep it in. And then the back page, it's very simple, covered up with the paper. And then this is a great dollar. I got this at in the dollar bin at Michael's. Love that dollar bin. Just thought it was this funky little stamp, and that was pretty cool. So overall, I'm real happy with how this turned out, and I hope to be back and show you some more items. And come and visit me at allthingspaper.com or allthingspaper.blogspot.com, and I'll be seeing you around. Take care.